There was a sense that we needed to prove or justify much more why we're here and what our opportunities were. I was a member of Lafayette Posse 1. I grew up in Senegal in West Africa. Came to US when I was 13. We lived in the Bronx. My dad, his thing was to go to a place where there's an opportunity for me to be much more. Sacrifice that few people could. We arrived on a Wednesday, and by next Monday, we already started school and didn't speak English. Steve Urkel was my hero. It's funny, the sort of people that we naturally identify with. I wanted to go to MIT because that's where Steve Urkel wanted to go. This thing came up with Posse, and it was wonderful, and then we decided to go for it. When we came to campus, there was a lot of eyes on us. It was unclear what the expectations were. Is it my responsibility to educate the people on campus about what it means to be Black, or all of those things? The fact that there was a feeling that we were not like the other students, all of this contributed pretty heavily, and it weighed quite heavily on me. A lot of that came out in not great ways. I hardly turned in my work. If I turned it in, it was late. The last month of my first year at Lafayette, I was in bed. My muscles were spazzing all the time, and this was all due to stress. And most of that stress is just not being able to find my footing and not being able to deal with being in an alien world and figuring out my way around. At that point, the only way that one can deal with all that is through some complete shutdown. I had a sort of nervous breakdown. I collapsed. What happened my second year is that I needed to prove or show something to myself that I could do this. People that I hang out with changed, makeup of my friends changed, and things started to snap into pieces. That first semester, I was on the dean's list. That gave me the space to think about the sort of work that I want to do. During my junior year, that's when Justin came. Most of my time, the 2 years after, I spent just talking with Justin.
So here I am with students I had never met at lunch, talking to someone, telling me all these grandiose things he wanted to learn by the time he graduated. After we talked, he kind of had an idea of what he needed to do to get to where he wanted to go, and he started that summer doing an independent study on some advanced calculus, and then it's sort of history from there. It was that point in terms of mathematics, that's where he really took off.
I decided I want to try to write a thesis on this stuff.
Abstract math, advanced physics, general relativity, differential geometry, string theory.
Justin said, okay, sure, we can make it work. But I also needed to have an advisor in physics, so I was close with Novako, so Novako volunteered.
His thesis was more challenging than probably any other thesis I had worked on, and what I mean by challenging is challenging for me.
When you threw something out there that you were like, this is going to be another test, he would hammer away at it until it was something that he almost made it sound second nature.
It's not something either one of us would have taken on if it wasn't for our impression of his abilities.
After a while, I knew there was nothing I could put forward for him to go that was too hard for him. Nothing was going to keep him from his goals.
Do the things that you need to do to achieve your dreams. In a sense, this is what Posse was doing, right? Bring a bunch of kids together and give them the tool to help each other to succeed in an environment where they would not otherwise. This is a transformative event for many, many kids. My kids now, they have opportunities that weren't available to my parents, that were not available to me. It's no longer going to be a matter of luck for things to work out for them. What Posse has done is to show that that's a model that works. That is something that I'm very grateful for.